Sup?
Yo,
How
Hey.
how are we doing?
pretty good. Actually, very, very good.
Oh yeah.
This match. What can we say about this match, guys? There's a lot to say.
Well, what I can say is I did not really expect to see a three-player match, much less. I mean, for this game in particular, I did not expect a three-player match.
You know,
Yeah, same.
I'm fairly certain the plan was a two-player match, but something happened and now we have a third player here, which is very exciting.
Oh yeah. These players, what can we say about them?
A lot actually.
Yeah. So, I guess starting from the bottom, STI. What is STI known for?
Marissa B.
Like they are Marisa B in real life, probably.
I think when I first heard about him, he was doing a Marissa B LNN and he wrote all his Marissa B strats and was doing all these weird specialist tricks. And then he started scoring and it was always Marissa B and always focusing on his shot and all his weird gimmicks.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
just say if we don't see Marisa B from ST, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Taking one step up, we have my man KGR. KGR was like previously known for, of course, maining SA. Like he got a few LNNs in this game, moved on to other games like LoK for a bit, but then came back and started scoring SA. And this year, as of this year, his PB is 5 billion. So, seriously good player.
And not just 5 billion, right?
Yeah, 506 is what he's at right now.
Which is quite a bit higher than just a 5 billion, because there are a bunch of 5 billion scores in SA, but this 5 billion is currently the second highest score in SA, which for this category specifically is a big deal, considering who is the first place.
Yeah.
Considering who is in first place.
Yeah. Okay, on the top we also have Oringiri. What can we say about Oringiri?
Again, I believe there is a lot to say because Oringiri is another player who very recently, I believe a month ago at this point maybe, they got a 5 billion run, another one, or like another 5 billion, another player who gets 5 billion, which is huge when you consider that Oringiri played in 2021, and I believe at the time their PB was something like 4.2.
Oh yeah.
It's a huge jump.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are our players, but we also have the game, and like, we of course gotta explain what exactly we are, dealing with here.
Yeah.
So, obviously, this is Touhou World Cup. It's an annual international tournament featuring the Touhou Project shoot 'em ups. Each match features 2 or 3 contestants competing in a either no bomb or scoring category in Lunatic or Extra. In this case, it's Lunatic scoring. And yeah, we have a website. Visit it or else. So for SA Lunatic scoring, we have 100 minutes of reset time. Our players have to perform as good as possible, but of course not all shots are equal, so we've kind of tried to normalize that in a way using TWC score, and that's what they're actually competing for. Alright, mechanics. So Touhou 11 is a grace game. So So basically, we have the Wi-Fi bar down at the bottom left corner, and that fills up when you graze or pock. And when it's full, all point items get a bonus multiplier. Well, all point items technically always have a bonus multiplier, but it is maxed out when this Wi-Fi bar is maxed out.
Yeah, it effectively just increases by 1.0, which is just 1.
Yeah.
And that's a temporary increase. So when you stop grazing, that bonus will go down. And you have to graze about 3 bullets a second to keep it at the maximum.
Yeah.
Right. So we alluded to this, but it's not a graze game just because of that. It's also because grazing actually increases our multiplier here.
There's a huge increase.
Yeah,
For
but
a huge graze number.
Of course, this multiplier also needs a number to multiply, and that's the faith, which is of course increased by little green item and big faith items.
And it also gets reset every time you die, so... And the way the game plays out is in the first 4 stages, roughly, you're just suiciding constantly and maximizing your graze multiplier. After that, you focus more on picking up faith.
Yeah.
It depends a lot on the which part of the game you are, because the way this base behavior sets interacts with the route, it's not as simple as one might think, but we're gonna go into detail in the actual match. Just know if you die, it resets the base value, that is.
Yeah. And these are our graphs. As per usual, pretty big disparity between them. And as you may have guessed, this is due to bomb mechanics, as per usual. Hopefully we will be able to see a Mercy. Oh, it seems like... Yeah, it seems like the world feed is on already, but yeah, these are graphs anyway. This is what we have to deal with.
And is that a lol K? Well, aside from that, what we're expecting to see here is 2 Rainbow A players, most likely, from, in the form of Oringiri and KGR. And STI, as we said, is a
honestly, KGR is planning to play a different game. But yeah, STE with the signature Marisa B, I assume.
Oh my god, KGR is grinding PDH.
Just doing a PDH timeout to show off.
Yeah, I mean, I did briefly mention it, but like after he got a few LNNs in after he got a few LNNs in SA, he moved on to LOL K and infamously lost 10 LNN runs to Rain.
But he did get it in the end, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the few players who's slow. Who's LNN.
Anti-Rain fan.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have... How much time do we have? Like, less than 2 minutes before the match. If there is one thing, like general information about this category specifically, this game it's infamously hard to get a run going into the late game in SA.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting, mostly because my curiosity is about how safe the players are going to play. Because once you do get into the late game, it does become a bit easier to play Overhaul. But getting into the late game, into stage 5, is usually, well, nightmarish if you have to go for high scores. But in TWC, I'm curious as to how they're gonna play.
Yeah, so there are a couple of factors that make this game this way. One of the big points is that in this game you have to spend all of your lives, like really precisely, in the first 4 stages.
Yeah.
So pretty much any deaths in the first 4 stages are terrible run ending and you have to reset.
Yeah, there is no room for. I believe there is absolutely zero room for survival mistakes before stage 5. The score loss is just too big.
And then another factor which affects high-level play especially is that Stage 1 has a lot of room for optimization, and it's got a lot of room for doing some really, really hard stuff, especially on Yamame's first spell, in order to maximize your PIV there.
It begins!
Yeah, we're off.
And they're off. KGR on the right game, luckily.
Yeah,
Luckily.
just in time.
Yeah.
Wait, Reimusi?
I
Wait,
did not see
what?
that one coming.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Now this is very interesting.
What?
I'm not very familiar with Reimusi. Well, I do know that her bomb like creates a constant shield around her, which will become a problem later. We'll see how they handle it, but like we'll get to that also. Okay.
So real quick.
KJR doing some nice grazing on Kisame over here. Now he's doing a strat where he places himself in a safe spot.
It is! Yo! So let's talk about this thing, because this thing was just very, very recently discovered, and it is, it's like one of the most tight safe spots I know of. It's, I believe, more than pixel perfect. It might be sub-pixel tier if I remember correctly. And unironically, it's, according to the players who have been practicing it, it's supposed to be easier than the usual strategy, which involves staying right below Kisume and doing some really precise taps to move in between arrowheads.
Yeah.
If you manage to get consistent at moving into the safe spot, it's not only easier according to them, but it also gains around how much grace it was, 500, maybe less.
Yeah.
400-ish. And the reason it's
a strat that is that both gains more and is easier than memoing like 20 straight seconds of tapping.
Yeah.
The reason it's actually quite consistent is that if you go to the top of the screen before the attack starts and then move down using only focus movements, it will actually like hit the exact sub-pixel precise location. Well, I'm not sure it's sub-pixel precise, but basically you'll hit the location every time.
Right. So Yamame, it's the first non. Everyone knows and loves it.
I don't. Okay. Bold take.
Yeah, this is very infamous as being an LNN killer, an early LNN killer.
It's also infamously scoring killer.
Yeah, and these guys are probably, at least Kameneko seems to be timing it out, which is very aggressive, very ambitious. Love to see it. Yep. Now we get to spell 1, also really, really hard to do well. Yeah. Here I actually expect some compromises already. I'm expecting Kameneko to capture this.
Yeah, Kameneko, it looks like they're playing very safe, but what players usually do is they aggressively move up through the pink bullets, move in between the lanes, and just graze the lanes when they are moving, which Kameneko did not do.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, because in his practice runs he was always just capturing that spell. So he's being really aggressive, and you'll actually see STI has overtaken him, because STI was not milking those non-spells.
Yeah. STI, do you think STI is like hiding his true high score or something?
Oh, honestly, I just look at it.
Yeah, this is Reimusi bomb mechanics. It creates a constant shield and it like cancels everything, so you can't use. While Reimu has a bomb which gives you infinite iframes while it's still active, so she can get a lot more grace than what Reimu can.
The score scaling in this game is just directly based on how much grace your bomb allows you to get.
No, it's not, because Mercy A grazes more than Reimu A. I think a really big factor in Lunatic in the end ends up just being this stage 4 mid-boss, where Reimu A is able to get all the items in a single bomb, whereas Marissa B has to use 2 bombs and a suicide to get anything done there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see.
So that's gonna be our first example of bomb mechanics, basically, in this game.
Yeah, so Reimu C has this big shield around her, which means she cannot graze while her bomb is active. But you get, I think it's half a second after the bomb deactivates where you're still invincible, and Reimu C has to abuse that small time window in order to graze stuff. And I'm really curious about how that's going to look on Parse non-spells, because there it's super hard, but it is possible to get into the kind of graze spot and out of there alive.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to be interested in seeing how exactly STI tackles that.
Yeah. We're actually getting there right now, actually. So
interesting, because SDI seems to not even care about keeping the graze up to POC the section that they were doing. You see, something important that we have to mention about SA scoring is that SA is the only game where your score, the value of the point item, of the point items you collect, it does not care about the height where you collect it. The score you get is always your base PIV multiplied by the multiplier, no matter what, no matter the position. It's always that number.
Yeah. All right. So STI doing pretty unique movements where he's like basically bombing, staying low until the bomb wears off, but he still has iframes. While KGR, you know, has different bombs, has like constant iframes and no bullet canceling. So KGR can just continuously snuggle Parsi, which is very cute.
You can already see the huge grace difference between the two characters.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what STI's play is. Like, why did he pick this shot? Is it maybe just underrated in TWC score, or did he maybe think that if he chooses this shot type, there's a better chance he'll score high?
It might be tapping
sometimes. In some cases, I'd say in some cases it's because of the more steep graph, but a lot of the times it's just because they want to showcase it, a bit like Lamona during the Benny match.
I'm really surprised that he just speed killed the second non. Did I see that right? And now he's still got a ton of resources left. Usually players use all of their resources on Parsi.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe Reimu C just can't dump as many resources on Parsi
that's probably the case. You can already see Kawaneko and soon Oringiri are gonna be down to their last life.
Yeah.
And can I just say I'm really impressed that all 3 players are already in stage 2. Because as we said, this game is early game hell.
Oh yeah. This game's stage 1 is quite infamous, mainly because of Yamame. Especially that first non, which you absolutely should time out at the level that these players are at. You know, every graze is invaluable in this game.
There is honestly a lot to say about the SA early game, but thankfully, you know, we hope the players are going to get a lot of runs into the late game, but at the same time, this is SA, so we kind of also accept a bit of early game jail.
Yeah. And another thing about Reimu C bombs is like you don't just want to snuggle Parsi, like you also want to use bombs like throughout the game where it's worth it just to get like a very huge amount of grace in a very short time. Yeah. But like some shots, especially Reimu C, do not have that privilege. All players are in stage 3 now, very nice.
There's a 2,500 grace difference so far. between Kaneko and Oringiri, and then there is, just ST playing Remusi,
Yeah.
which is a wild card at this point. Look at the Grace going for the Rainway players. Look at the strat.
Yeah. I mean, every shock does this, but not every shock bombs this section into spawn graces.
Yeah, I think especially this section is quite hard to do with Marissa because of her bigger hitbox.
Oh yeah.
Completely missed the ST doing that strategy. They are just too far ahead so far.
Also, audio is not even on STI, so it's a lot harder to pay attention to STI specifically.
Yeah, because I think he started his run later, but he just overtook everyone with his super safe play.
Are they gonna do it?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I did not expect players to do this.
I mean,
perhaps this is easier for Remusi, but anyways, this strat is extremely hard for many different reasons.
He's even taking the diagonals. Like, look at this. He's not doing a no vertical, he's going to the diagonals.
So the idea behind this is there is a long time. It takes a while before the bullets actually gain a hitbox, I believe. So you can actually stand that close to Yugi. The problem is that, first of all, it's very hard to chase Yugi whenever she moves. It's very hard to get hit by bullets because when you move is when they gain hitbox and you risk getting hit. It's also hard for not all shots, but I believe Rainway at least struggles to actually make the rings small before they actually hit her, because the rings spawn on top of you, and if you don't deal damage, they will just spawn kill you.
Oh yeah.
And lastly, it's hard to get damage on Yugi because you need to get close to her and then move back to the safe spot where you can kill the ring, and doing all of those things is extremely hard.
Yeah. KGR is... Oh, STI, no.
No.
Everyone is doing it. Unfortunately,
all three players are doing it. And they're all going to the diagonal, so you could do the snow vertical and it's quite a bit easier. But because of some interesting graze mechanics, actually you get more graze if you're diagonally from Yuki.
So Reimu A has a particularly difficult time getting damage in, so what these players will do is they will stay up there for a while but then move back down just to finish off the spell card. There's a very good reason for this. You kind of need to finish spell cards off without dying in order to get life pieces, which of course is, as in any other Touhou game, pretty crucial for the route.
Oh, we didn't talk about this, but yeah, the resource route is extremely tight. I don't know about Reimu C, but Reimu A is tight down to a single life piece.
Yeah, at least up until stage 4.
And RB just brought up the point I wanted to mention, which is that your grace box is a square. So whenever you're inside the safe spot, you want to be not directly at the bottom or directly on the side of the safe spot. You also want to be diagonally, and then you'll actually get extra grace because of this weird grace box shape. So you saw that there. You'll also see that all over the place. For instance, on Yama main on 2. Whenever there's a safe spot, the players will try to be diagonally from the boss and not horizontally or vertically.
Knockout in 3 steps, of course, features even more iframe abuse with Reimu A. Also with like 2 out of the 3 Marissa shots.
Yeah, this is also one that's super fun with Reimu C because you actually don't cancel the bullets immediately, so she gets to go hyperspeed for all these bullets. Unfortunately, it looks like we'll have to wait a little while before we get a chance to see that.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, there's a small detail that I believe is going to be useful soon about suicide.
KGR seems to be doing the optimal route. He like actually used his last bomb on knockout in 3 steps on the final wave. I don't know if it was intentional.
I do not believe that route is actually intentional. I do not believe that's the best.
Well, it gives you extra grace, but it like makes stage 4 much harder.
This
idea
grace,
is,
by the way, I think he's 400 grace behind his PB, or only 300 or 400 grace. So this is definitely 5 build pace at this point.
Oh yeah.
So the idea is, I believe Kamoneko, did they just suicide, by the way? Because I missed it if they did.
Okay, I see. I think I see.
Yeah, started stage 4.
Normally he would have used 2 bombs on that section. That's a suicide on Oringiri's screen, by the way. That's not, though.
And that's GG. That's an answer.
Yeah, you can't afford to die anywhere before in the first 4 stages, pretty much. So that's really, that place sucks.
Yeah.
These laser sections are like, even though the gaps aren't that big, you have to remember you're constantly moving unfocused there.
Okay.
So even though the gaps are not the smallest,
okay, more bombs.
So you die there.
Yeah.
Actually, this thing on Kamaneko's stream is actually really important. As Morth mentioned earlier, Rainway is the only shot that can abuse this mid-boss this much, because every single wisp drops a point item. So if you're Rainway, you get to bomb a lot and kill a lot.
I would say that that's the first extremely huge cash-in the game. I wouldn't say
definitely.
it's the...
along with how high the PIV is at this point.
Yeah, this is another.
Would you say that that's the fastest score gain in the game? I think it might be.
Probably, yeah. Unless that one Aura non-spell has more items, but no, I think the mid boss is really it. Yeah, let's see if he survives this laser section. Nice.
Very
and
nice.
Stage 4 is super fun because you have all these spawn grazes, like you'll see one here again.
Yeah.
Where you just like remember where you started in the section and then you follow a route where you're grazing all these huge bullet packets.
Yep. As a PCB player, I approve of stacked bullets. Because that's mostly what those sections are, stacked bullets.
There is a lot of things happening on stage 4. We honestly missed a lot, but like there is gonna be enough time to go into detail. But now that it's only Kamoneko into the mid to late game, it's going to be easier to focus on whatever is happening.
Of course.
If he finishes this run, it's gonna be insane. Like even if it's not perfect late game, it's gonna be at the very least, I think 4.9. If he say dies once in the end game, if he no misses the end game, this has 5 build potential still.
Yeah. Like.
But let's take one thing at a time. He has to really make sure he doesn't game over. So he'll be safe once he captures just a few more spells here.
Yeah.
Right. Doing the difficult strat on this spell, of course. Basically, there's a very specific way of dodging the spell such that the lasers all stack up in one place and you can like just kind of race it like this. Really satisfying to watch.
If I remember correctly, you just have to get past DB before you get the life, right?
Yeah, that's once you get past DB, or maybe it was Dispel right after something, Insect, whatever. See, once you get that life, that is the only safety life, not the only safety life, that's like the first life that you can actually die on and not straight up game over or lose a fuck ton of score.
Yeah.
The idea is that from now on, ideally, like world record paces will stop suiciding, because at this point the graze is close to the cap. You can get most of the leftover graze that you need without bombs without suicides, and more importantly, each life is worth 40 million for the clear bonus. So starting from stage 5, each life is gonna amount for a lot of score.
Yeah.
Okay, we saw KGR took a safety bomb and he survived it, and that's the most important part. He survived. He's even bombing another time, but now he has that spare life, and now it's looking extremely good. It's looking like this run will clear, and even if he is making some mistakes here and there, even if he dies at some point, it's still going to be an insane score.
Yeah, I was about to mention that like you don't need to capture spells in order to get the life piece. This isn't.
Oh yeah.
Which game is it? This is not DDC, so.
Yeah, you just have to not die, and then you'll get the life piece. Oh yeah, and you have to end the spell.
Yeah.
So timing it out isn't acceptable. And this is another point where you might think you can just go anywhere in the safe spot, but notice that he's directly diagonally from the boss. And it's again just abusing your square graze box in order to get more graze on the diagonal.
Yeah. So, real quick, the only chance we might see a suicide is perhaps there might be a suicide that is done just to make stage 5 easier to play without huge mistakes. If they do it, it's going to be, I believe, before mid-boss or around mid-boss. And if that happens, we are gonna know if it's going to be intentional, but after that, any other death, it's going to be very bad. Because just like in the extra stage, if you die, especially if you die on a boss pattern, you are going to lose more than one life. You're going to lose 2 lives.
I don't think you want to be at 1 power entering stage 5. So let's see if he can do this.
He compensated by just bombing, by just like skipping a bomb.
Yeah, so he saved 1 bomb in the intro, but I think he might still be 1 power short. As long as he can survive this section though, everything will equalize again. Because after this you get a ton of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he's good.
Yeah. So I wanted to say something for a while. Like we were talking about earlier how his pace is kind of crazy. KGR is kind of known for first run magic in TWC. Like in 2021, when he was okay, that was scary. Yeah, in 2021, when he played SA No Bomb, I think one of his first runs was a Ringway 1 miss, which is extremely strong. And I don't remember what he got in 2022.
A quick detail I really want to mention, if you noticed, Kamoneko was really trying extremely hard to kill the mid-boss as fast as possible. This is because ideally you want to end this mid-boss as fast as possible, because each second that passes you are gonna miss 3 of these wisps. Each wisp drops a green item which gives you 100 base PIV, and effectively for each second you are going to lose 3 million simply because of the of missing the point, the green item. Sorry, yeah.
And there we saw a nice catwalk capture. I think that's considered one of the hardest spell cards in the game.
Yep.
So good job.
Yeah, you can... A lot of players tend to bomb that spell for safety, but KGR, being the caliber player that he is, again, you know, Rainway 1 miss in 2021, he caps it. He capped it without problem.
It's really an unbelievable run. It's still 0 mistakes in stage 5.
Yeah.
I think Orin, you don't typically see that many misses on Orin, but it could happen. But yeah, this really could be a no-miss ending.
Realistically, there is only one major scoring trick on Orin. I mean major, there are a bit of scoring tricks, but there is one major. And other than that, Orin is mostly a survival boss. And for the level, based on the level of our players, we would expect a big mistake to just be a brain fart. So let's hope no brain farts happen. and let's just pray.
Yeah. No dumb shit, please. STI, by the way, is back on the Yugi fight. Let's hope that goes well for him.
Essential Grace for Koneko so far, and looks like Oringiri is going into stage 3. That Grace is higher than his earlier one, I
STI.
believe.
That was scary on STI screen, but he
No,
survived.
not this fall again.
I believe Oringiri's Grace is quite good right now. So first spell for Kamoneko's just a regular survival, make sure you don't die.
And
Second
we're
one
about
is
to
the
hit.
major scoring strat, and it's a big
Yeah.
one. Actually, I let
What's
Morth
going
explain
on?
that
What's
one.
going on?
Yeah, basically there are items that are going to spawn. Is he good here? Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah,
good.
he had a scary situation for a bit.
So there are these fairies that spawn on the right side and the left side alternating, and each of these contains, I think, 2-point items. So you have to go back and forth and kind of bomb every third wave in order to try to get every single item here. This is something else where, this is another place where Rainbow's bomb is extremely good. Because with one bomb she can basically take out 3 sides of the screen quite nicely. So let's do this scoring strat. He's using all his bombs here in order to get, all but the last one in order to get,
Oh!
The gray.
should be able to, yeah.
Yeah, quick,
Just
very
in
quickly,
efficiency.
the Grace actually basically doesn't matter, because, again, whenever you Gray, it probably means you lost, like, what? Point 1, point 0, you lose a minuscule amount of multiplier, so the loss is basically non-existent.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in my main game, fucking laughing my ass off.
Turbo whining for each Gray.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kamoneko might be reaching the PIV cap soon. Okay, not if he speed kills this. But that's something I don't think we mentioned yet. There is actually a PIV cap here, and that's when the multiplier reaches 9.99, or without the Wi-Fi gauge that will be 8.99, and you reach that once you have 89,900 Grays.
Grace.
I could also mention that there is a faith cap also, which is based on difficulty, but it's impossible to reach on hard and lunatic.
Just as a fun fact, if you go beyond the 90,000 Grays, you don't just basically have a safety net if you don't have the Wi-Fi bar going. The Grace cap effectively stops at 8.99 in the multiplier. The only way to get the remaining multiplier is from the Wi-Fi.
We got STI on second Orin. Basically just doing fucking spring releases. No, autumn releases. My bad.
Meanwhile,
This one is super fun.
Shackles for Oringiri. Please. Shackles actually fucking impossible for scoring. Shoutouts to Ketteragat for survival though.
Alright, got past second Orin, and Kamoneko got past fourth Orin.
Yeah, it looked really good for STI despite missing one fairy early on. I think he recovered and got all the items he wanted to get there.
You know,
89900 is always specific. I mean, it just kind of happened to turn out that way because the multiplier increases by 0.01 for every 100 Grays, and it starts out at 1.0. So if you do the math, it will reach the cap at 89900. It does make sense.
It kind of would be 99999, but you have to remove 10,000 because the last 10,000 is accounted for by the Wi-Fi gauge, and you have to round it down to the nearest 100. So yeah, it ends up there.
All right. So in this section, it's just a constant stream of point items. Very satisfying section.
just want to point out real quick, Kamoneko so far is entered stage 6, 4,000 Grays behind SPD. I believe it's not 5 billion pace, however, it's a high 4.9 billion pace.
Yeah,
I can do the math right now, perhaps.
It is still an extremely strong run.
So actually, let me do the math.
Okay, so this stage has post-mid enemies, crows in this case. So you kind of want to speed kill the mid-boss to get as many as possible.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because just look how many fucking point items and faith items these drop.
If you
You
do
actually
it
hit the
perfectly,
item
you gain
count.
like 16,000 base PIV from it.
So fun fact, you actually hit the item cap in that section, or you can hit it if you're not careful and you just let your bomb kill everything in one go. That's why he has to shoot stuff while he's bombing.
Dang.
Oh yeah, it is actually possible to hit an item cap here.
Right.
And he's about to hit the PIV cap. You see his multipliers at 9.98, and okay, he hasn't hit it yet, but soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an extremely strong run. I don't remember exactly how much. What the heck is the safe spot on SCI?
Oh, SCI doing the safe spot here. Yeah. This one's annoying because you actually can't align on the left side to get it. But there are some setups for it.
Monac opting to bomb because this spell cap bonus is it's effectively non-existent. So it's whatever, it's like a few millions. Really.
2 bombs there, I'm not surprised. That does mean he's probably going to go for a low power Petriflare capture, but honestly, like, I think UNR is much harder and much more threatening than Petriflare.
Anyways, I believe Kamoneko might actually be extremely close to a 5 billion pace run.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, he entered 4-2 something. And obviously the clear bonus is gigantic, but I don't know how much score or Oku is worth.
You know, RB, I don't know if you are more familiar with calculations for stage 6, but like, do you agree? Do you think this might actually be 5 billion? It looks...
Like, if it isn't 5 bill, it's close to it.
It's supposed to be extremely close.
Yeah. Getting memed.
Oh!
Not getting damaged.
We really don't want to die, otherwise it's minus... Actually, no, it's... So, you lose 2 lives, you also reset base PIV, which I didn't mention this, but there is a silent score bonus. Someone had written it in the chat earlier. There is a silent score bonus, which is basically base PIV times 1,000.
Yeah, and that's... So, like, there's basically 2 really huge contributors to the clear bonus. It's 40 million per life, so that's, spoiler alert, about 200 mil, and it's the bonus from the faith, which is another at least 200 million, but realistically 230 million in KGR's case.
Yeah, and someone was asking how good, bad, or essays SCPs. Well, even some of the world records don't bother capturing UNR. And UNR specifically is a really low one because you can't damage the boss for half of the spell. So it drains super low. I think in the end it's only a few million. Do you know the number? I think just like 4 mil.
If you go for a cap on UNR, you say that, right? Correctly?
Yeah, UNR.
UNR takes a while to cap because of all the movement that you have to do. I believe the SCB might be around 5 or 6 actually. Might be more, but still it's a very low number.
Stage 5 for STI also obviously has a lot more lives because Reimu C and ball mechanics and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's not as worth it to suicide for bombs.
Even Oringiri, their grace looks very good so far.
Yeah.
Oringiri is about to make it past that DVTP point, and after that, as we said, that's pretty much where you secure the run. After that, you finally have a safety life, and there's a very good chance of clearing.
Okay. Some for KGR. This might make it. This might make it to 500 mil. No, wait, 500 mil, what is this, USD?
So, you also get a 24 million bonus if you have 4 power, and each one power you lose is minus 6 million. So we're looking at 229 million plus 200 million plus 26 million plus a cap plus whatever else.
Come on,
Oh
KGR.
this is so scary.
It's close, it's close, it's close. And
Come on.
he capped it.
Absolute legend.
Nice.
What a
This
legend.
Wow.
What is this
Wow.
one? What's this one? What is this one? 496.
Insane.
496.
Oh my
What
god.
a
Just
run.
100 million behind their PB. This is
that's a
an
cute
incredible
ending walker.
performance.
That's a cute ending
GG,
walker.
that is going to be really hard to top.
Oh yeah. What was UKT's world record before Gobo beat it?
Because I can't even check it on KG's side because it's no longer in the top 5.
It should be on PND. It's on PND.
I think Steam made a mistake maybe. I didn't like how that looked, especially after the pause.
78 points. Arigato.
Oringiri is into stage 5. Hopefully nothing is gonna go terribly bad for them, and they also get a good clear, because again Grace is looking quite decent. Actually, let me check real quick. Let's compare to their PB. Oh yeah, I think only 2000 Grace behind. This is looking pretty nice for them.
It says PP I think entered stage 5 with 79.4k.
Yep. So that was a run, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I think Kamoneko, I believe, is very satisfied right now.
Yeah, I think he got all he wanted, and like, what more can he do? Stage 1 hell,
What
I
pace
guess?
is Oringiri on? I believe it might be a low 4.9 maybe. Because the Grace is quite good compared to their PB. Again, it's 2000 behind and their PB is 5 billion. I didn't check score, unfortunately. I believe though it's probably close to the same. They're going for the speed kill on the mid boss. So far everything is looking very good.
Oh my god, STI. He just did some unfocused dash right in between some bullets.
Suicide to get items.
Ooh, okay, death bomb from Oringiri. That was scary. A death there would have been catastrophic.
Oh yeah.
And SCI not getting last wave of items, unfortunate. But I think he's just playing it safe and just trying to finish a run right now.
KGR carrying on after a short break.
I really want STI to clear and then pull out the Marisa B.
Yeah, that would be huge also. Okay, so UKT scores 4938, so KGR beats UKT's old ass score by 25 million live on TWC.
That is such a legendary score. I think that's... How many years was that world record for?
Let's see, it was from December 2012 until March 2015 when Gobo got the first 5 bill.
Oh, okay, I believe that was not a good deal.
Yeah, so with Rainbow Sea you have to get suicide non-2, so actually it's not as critical if you die because you don't lose your PIV.
Yeah, also the multiplier is not even close to max, so you may as well milk some grays while you're at it. Especially on ghost wheels, because, you know, the ghost wheels themselves basically act like lasers, so it's very profitable.
Okay, really quick, I can't see quite well. Oringiri has... How much power do they have? 3.5, right?
3 point...
I think it's 3.8.
Yeah, it looks like 3.8.
Okay, good. If you don't have more than 3.5, it's bad, because you don't get the 4 power before second on.
Yeah, and if you don't have 4 power there, good luck getting all the items, pretty much.
Right.
Okay, luckily Rainbow C does not struggle in stage 6.
Yeah, because you can just aim your shots. She doesn't have the gap, so you have to manually restream everything, or just dash through like that. All right.
I mean, honestly, like this section doesn't require gapping. I think Rainbow A players are just lazy.
Fair enough.
'Cause, I mean, it's just some basic streaming routes.
I believe it's straight up more optimal to just not gap if you want up easy kills while also keeping Graze up.
Yeah. Right. STI requires a 3.9 to beat KGR right now.
See how Oringiri goes. Does on this milking part.
Killing the very last waves of Wisps is not easy when you're at low power.
Yeah, I don't think he got all the items towards the end, but he'll survive it, so...
I believe it's effectively impossible to get all of them though, so not too bad. Real quick, this section you see right here for STE, the crows there, if they feel like, they can straight up like spawn at the very top of the screen and then fly off screen, and you lose point items. Fun fact. Not so fun fact if you're scoring though.
Funny game, funny life.
Like even Rainbow C, I believe, risks losing the crows.
This is
in STI on the final boss. And
spinning the star.
Historical.
Spinning the
I
star
wonder
in the
if that's-
portrait.
I wonder if that's a PB pace.
Yeah, it should be PB pace.
Real quick, while Oculus Nons give a load of Graze, the players are very unlikely to time them down, even if they are not at Graze max, simply because Graze at that point, if you fully Graze them, you only gain like 5 million, which is not worth when you consider how long it takes for you to Graze the non-spells.
Yeah. It's also like, sure, it's very easy, but like any time down is still a consistency check, which is usually not worth the risk this late in the game.
To be honest, I was actually expecting a non-1 time down, but
If you have something,
don't feel like
if you
it.
have to choose a non-spell to time down, it's gonna be third non because it gives a bit more, I believe.
the non-free feels like it can kill you. Maybe not with Rainbow. Maybe not with Rainbow, actually.
No, man, trust me.
Oringiri stage 6 with 86.7k. How's Oringiri's pace looking?
Oh, sorry, repeated the Grace?
86,700.
86,000. 3,000 behind the PB.
Yes, I believe this PB basically max Grace entering stage 6.
It was just short of Grace max, 898.
So, would you say that Oringiri is also on a very strong run right now? Maybe rival KGR.
Hopefully it's at least 4. Should be low 4.9 pace. If we see another 4.9, oh my god, this match.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm hoping. Hopefully I won't be coping by the end, but I'm hoping.
No, Oringiri cannot beat Kamoneko right now.
Okay.
Not with this run. I'm just saying their best goal they can aim for so right now is just getting the 4.9. I have doubts, honestly though, a bit. I do doubt it a bit. I wanted to make sure to check if they get all the crows there, but I wasn't paying attention.
Nevertheless, it's still a really strong run. Like another 4.9 paced run here. Really speaks of the consistency that these players have.
Yeah, SA is like notorious for being the game where nobody ever finishes a run.
Once you reach this level of skill, I believe you feel very confident about playing a bit safe in the early game, just so you can get a run going. Although our players didn't quite seem to play safe, I believe they are just extremely good at this game.
Yeah. Reki with Reymusia's what? About just barely over 4. Okay, 4.1. Yeah. STI doesn't quite have the routing to reach that, but you know, this is still a run, and it's, you know, still a good showcase for an unusual shot type, I would say.
Still hoping he brings out Mercy B after this.
I really hope so. Come on,
Showcase more shots.
Showcase your baby. It's your baby, Marisa B is your baby, come on.
Yeah.
How could you betray her?
I wouldn't... I mean, people can play how they want, but I am a huge fan of people who just playing TWC just to showcase the much more unusual shots. Because you know, basic human psychology always goes for the highest scoring shot usually, because that's usually also the easiest one. Nice run, by the way.
Nice.
Okay, let's see.
Captures the final.
Oh, tiny PB. Tiny PB. Very
Is that
nice.
a free throw? Oh.
Yes, he's scoring! What is the Marisa
my
B though,
God.
SP? You gotta bring her up, come on. We are seeing... Oh wait, that's...
Both Mercy B and Mercy A. Mercy C! Let's go!
Wait! Forza Marisa! Forza Marisa!
Oh, that's
There's
stronger as
Rainy B.
Mercy C. What a nightmare.
Oh yeah, he seems to be showcasing how every shot snuggles Parsi. I don't recommend the blocked by... I don't recommend this, I guess.
I believe they were... it was an attempt at shit-talking Rainway.
Damn.
Based.
Yeah,
Base.
yeah, but honestly speaking, Rainway is kind of boring.
Rainbow worst shot out of the 6, if I'm being honest. To watch, that is.
If I come back to SM, I'm gonna play Marisa A, probably. Feels fun.
Marisa A looks really interesting in this game, in my opinion. But in the meantime, Oringiri on Oku. I believe they're past all the difficult spells.
Wait, real quick. The zoom in on the Wi-Fi bar, is it done by the players or by our stream? Because otherwise, this is kind of sad.
No, we're hiding his ending blocking.
Are we? Is it their mistake or are we accidentally writing the crucial part of their ending blocker, which is the Rainway shit talk?
That might be streamer side, but I actually not streamer side, but world feed side. But I need someone to go in and do recon and check it in order to confirm.
Okay, now let's see how
While
does.
while talking about the amazing STI ending blocker, we got lost. Look at Oringiri.
Yeah,
On
Oringiri
the final with 5 lives.
Oringiri's ending blocker is also coming up. Also, this is a very strong run. Also,
Yeah,
like
I believe it's actually it should be like, as RB said earlier, 4.86.
yeah, something like that, mid to high 4.8.
Like, if they bomb out of safety, they only lose like a bit more than 10 million, but yeah, they managed the cap. Come on.
Nice.
Very nice run. 487.
GG.
8-7. Good.
Yeah, really good run. Oh my god. Okay, actually, based. Orange at the top. Any Orange lovers in
No.
chat?
No,
Okay,
no,
real
no.
quick,
I don't agree with this.
I believe we might be missing a crucial detail of the ending blocker just because maybe they did not plan around it being cut by the stream. Hopefully we're seeing the whole ending blocker.
Oh, but I can't agree with this. Parse should be at the very top.
Yeah.
I mean, was that a tier list for boss quality for scoring or just girl quality?
I don't know and I don't care because Orin is best girl, but
I mean, fair.
like
Orin is very
Parse
good.
is best
although-
girl.
Orin is
Parse,
very good.
although I don't think Parsi is best girl, I can say she is very strong in Labyrinth too, and she gets by far the most hugs in this game.
You know, for a very, very short period of time, like maybe 1 or 2 months, when I had started scoring SA, so when I had basically started scoring right before Lunatic 1CCs, I had Orin as my favorite character.
And then you played more SA.
Yeah, then I just randomly decided I will not have my character be decided by the game I'm playing, just, my favorite character. But Orin is probably top 5.
I mean,
And-
I haven't played SA for like basically anything except Normie 1cc, but I still consider Orin my favorite character.
Yeah, you want to fuck a cat girl,
And chat brought up an important point too. Touhou is by far the most atmospheric final boss fight to ever grace this series. Everything about the battlefield fits really well together.
Fuck's
Okay.
sake.
Oku is also top tier, let's face it.
Yeah.
Oh, Oku's good. Oku's good, yeah.
Oku is really good. Oku is cute.
Alright, so I'm sure by now Oringiri has seen KGR's PP and understands what he needs to do now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, okay, hopefully I don't have to try out too much. Since score. Fuck!
Alright, STI pulling out Marissa. I don't know which one. It's Marissa B.
It's Marisa B!
Yes!
Forza
There we
Marissa
go.
B. Forza Marissa.
That's what we wanted. So Marissa B has this really funky shot where you can hit focus and shot at the same time to switch between 1 of 5 different shots. So there's wood where you shoot kind of diagonally as you're seeing right now. There's water, which is a spread shot, fire, which is a forward focus shot. And then you have 2 really weird shots. One goes sideways and one goes backwards. And we won't be seeing those as much, but every now and then, those are used too.
Yeah, actually, I have a question for you, Morth, just because you are more used to Marisa, I have no idea. So, does Marisa have a larger grace box?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that's
Okay, actually,
a huge, like,
I am
that
supposed
is
to know that,
really
okay.
huge.
yeah,
Especially
meant
on
to ask how big
lasers.
that is.
Especially on lasers. I don't know what it is. I think there's some weird bug or weird glitch going on with lasers, but for some reason Marissa just gets a shit ton more grays anytime there's lasers on the screen.
So KGR seems to be going all out now. If you remember his first run, he was playing pretty safe on this spell, but now he's just really aggressively pushing up there in order to try and grace every single lane.
Yeah, at this point we are looking at a 5 billion attempt from Kamaneko.
Yeah, and I mean, this stream might be a bit more like the typical SA stream, which is stage 1 hell.
Yeah. Just real quick, I wasn't paying attention. Did Oringiri do the Kisumesei spot? Because Kamoneko is doing it. I have zero clue if Oringiri has tried the safe spot.
Oringiri did the safe spot if it's the Kisame one you're talking about.
Okay.
What?
Oh!
I think he tried to correct his position
Don't hug the
and
spider.
just rammed Yamame's hand because of it.
I have no idea what happened.
He just tried to like do a few micro adjustments to his position and got hit because of it.
Oh, nice. I checked on the reset time. When I checked, it was 4-4-4-4.
Nice. Oh yeah, we still actually have quite a lot of this match to go, so anything can happen really from here.
Interesting point in chat. You definitely notice the Grace Box and laser spells, but not as much on the others. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a laser only thing, though that would be kind of strange. Let's just say it makes the biggest difference on the lasers.
Alright. Almost in stage 2 on Oringiri's screen. 10,100 grays. Very good.
Oh, that's effectively the same as their PB, just 30 behind. Real quick, I just want to mention... actually, no, I don't think this is necessary, never mind.
I think Oringiri's PB was before this new stage 1 strat, which gains 400 grays.
Yeah,
so
it was.
Even though he's probably still playing a bit safer than he was during his PB attempt, he's able to reach 10k at the end of stage 1 thanks to that new strat.
Right. I didn't consider that. Good point. Okay, is there any stage we kind of, like, forgot to talk about? Or, like, didn't focus much on? Just thinking real quick.
I mean, there are like 100 things you could talk about in stage 4, and we didn't mention half of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just real quick, I don't know if we have mentioned it, but you can see how Marisa B is forced to do bumps like that if she wants to graze.
Just for the sake of color commentary at this point, Lunatic is kind of unique in its routing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Lunatic is the only difficulty where it's actually worth it to suicide. And that's largely due to the starting PIV. You see in the bottom left corner where it says about 200,000. That is much higher on Lunatic, and that's a number that resets every time you die. So for instance, on easy mode, you start with 25k, at the end of stage 1 you're at basically 45k. And that means if you ever die on easy mode, your PIV gets slashed in half. It goes all the way from 45k back down to 25k. On Lunatic, you start at 200k, which means there's actually a much smaller penalty to dying. Well, dying when it's incorporated in the route.
Yeah,
Mode.
because in this game, unlike in Morth, the faith items are always worth the same.
The main thing is that obviously the value of the PIV that affects the items is the same on every difficulty. This issue is just that Lunatic has so many bullets, it's simply worth it to lose the PIV in favor of Grace.
And if we're being really technical, you do actually suicide once on lower difficulties at the very start of the game.
Oh yeah,
because
for power, yeah.
Literally first second of the game, you suicide just to get extra power, because at that point you don't have any PIV to lose anyway.
And also because I believe you still get the full lives when you reach late game. So it's not like you even lose a life.
Yeah.
Just want to point out real quick that the second non-bombs for Rainway are very, very precise with their timing. If you bomb too late or too early, in both cases you are going to miss a wave of bullets. Each wave is like 180 grays, I believe.
Yeah, so the bomb strats, Marissa B kind of bombs in the same kinds of places, but the way she has to use the bombs are very different. And especially on Parsenons, where Rimue has some really optimized bombs, making use of the like 0.5 seconds of invincibility after the bomb is used in order to get even more grace.
Yeah, Marissa B effectively gets 3 waves each time she bombs. She just needs to be careful. Oh no, that's a mistake. She needs to be careful whenever Parsi moves, because Parsi, obviously it's a say, so the
Wait, he
bosses
exited out.
try to chase you. Oops. What happened?
SCI exited out. What's going on?
That's weird.
See,
The stream is still up.
yeah. Okay, just starting up TH Brack.
Oh, I see, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was saying Marissa B needs to move down, and if Parsi decides to move up on screen, you might lose some grace. Thankfully, Marissa B is quite fast, and unfortunately for
Hold on, what is the stage 1?
Everyone is
Look at
dying.
KGR screen. Look at KGR screen. Oh my god, that was like gonna be an 11k stage 1.
Yeah, that was pretty insane pace, but unfortunately he died. By the way, KGR actually has the stage 1 Grace world record at I think 10,500 ish. Well, 10,560 I think it was.
You mean 11,000, by the way, right?
I don't remember the exact number.
11,000, yeah.
Okay.
And
Anyways,
it took a new strat to be discovered that gains 400 grays for anyone to be able to match Eeyore, which should tell you a lot about his run. So Eeyore is the current world record holder, and arguably the world record is one of the strongest runs in all of Touhou.
And so some people wouldn't even say you can argue over that.
Yeah, it's an unbelievably strong run.
yeah. You could argue Yusuke also, but like it's up there. It's up
Isn't
there.
there a lot of room for improvement in PCB though?
Well, for the route that Yusuke was using, there's probably a little bit of room for improvement. And then for like the really big stuff, then like he has to do the new route. But yeah, it is nonetheless, that's a strong run, and Eeyore's world record is up there with some of the strongest runs in the whole franchise as of today.
Yeah, so there we see the safe spot again from Oringiri.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
This
in that tiny little spot to get that extra grace.
this safe spot is a certified Gobo strat, by the way. You know all the crazy shit Gobo goes for in EUSD nowadays. He played SA for like 2 days and found this almost immediately.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little surprised that it wasn't known for such a long time, considering there are tons of 1 pixel safe spots already used.
Oh yeah. Kamoneko very calmly racing first non.
I guess he's timing it out now. Oh, that's some hard RNG. but I think he knows every single pattern,
Bullshit,
so
Oringiri.
Yeah.
maybe nothing is hard for him anymore.
Yeah, yeah. KGR is very experienced in this game.
Probably already has thousands of okay, maybe not thousands, but like hundreds and hundreds, probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's reached 1,000 hours in this. Especially because of his L&M grinds that made him famous.
Counter stop the timer for Raimway. Okay, that's 1,000.
Yeah, yes. KGR has 999.59 on his timer, on his playtime for Rinway.
Dude, and ironically, if that happened, I would just switch. I can speak score file.
Yeah, that's what KG did when he capped his Suck the B time. I also wanted to mention something about Oringiri. Didn't he used to be a hard mode player before switching to Lunatic out of nowhere? Or am I dumb?
I think he's always been playing both occasionally. Like, I think he had a Lunatic PP a long time ago, then he set a couple of hard mode world records. But I'm not sure it's entirely fair to call him a hard mode specialist because he was also known for Lunatic the whole time.
Okay.
But yeah, he did at one point hold 3 out of 6 hard mode world records, which is a pretty cool feat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and KGR with the 11k stage 1.
Yeah.
Banger.
That is like before this newly discovered mid-boss strat, which I think is only a month old or something. Before that, 11Ks were pretty much unheard of.
Real quick, do you know exactly how much it was above 11,000? Exactly the number.
11,050.
Okay, just because I think, let me do a score estimate. Should be. So it's like close to 500 ahead of his PB, and that's already 20 million. Just that Grace alone is worth 20 million. So it's nice, it's very nice.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so he also didn't have that trick available in his PP, so he's also on PB pace now.
Yeah.
But
STI
PB pace out of stage 1 is kind of irrelevant, but it's a good meme.
STI is back on credits also.
Nice. I'm really praying we get to see Marissa B stage 4. Because that part is amazing to watch.
Oh, let's really try to focus on stage 4 this time for everyone. It's gonna be hard though.
Yeah, there's a lot going on stage 4, as there usually is in these games. But until then, we have at least one Parsi snuggle to look at. See, this is a reason to score this game. You get to snuggle Parsi. You don't always get to snuggle the beauty women, but in this case,
I prefer the lower difficulties where you get a spin Parsi.
You get to dance with Parsi on the lower diffs even.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention this, but you know, on this first spell for Parsi, if you bomb with a specific timing, you can actually get the last graze dashing through the bombs when through the boss when the bomb ends, and you still have iframes. It's a tiny optimization, which is cool to see.
Yeah, there's a few of those in this game. Like like when we were talking about knockout in 3 steps, you can do that on that spell also.
And actually, we're seeing a lot here. So he uses the bombs, but even after the bomb finishes, like once it clears all the bullets, Rainbow Ace still has a tiny bit of vulnerability, and he's making sure to use a bomb while there's no bullets being shot, and then using that post-bomb invulnerability to create an extra wave.
Yeah. I also want to point out that the transition from first spell to second one is actually... there is a lot going on there, because first of all, you reach first spell with exactly... I don't know how to explain this. So you have 1 life there, and whenever you suicide and you are on your last life, you spawn a full power item, you know, the yellow F. And that gives you 4 power. You need to be careful because you want to suicide and drop the full power before the life piece that is dropped from first spell actually reaches you.
And guys, as Chad is saying, this pace is insane. Like, this isn't just PB pace, this is
Oh wow,
close to world record pace.
52 pace, huh?
Yeah, that's now 600 grays ahead of their PB, 630 grays ahead of their PB, and that's another calculation real quick. Okay, I actually need to use my calculator for this.
World feed seems to be 16 kbpsing a little bit.
24 million ahead of their PB, just from grays alone.
Play safe on stage 3 in general. Yeah, so you... Annoyingly, you kind of have to play safe. Stage SA, as we said often enough, is not a game where you can afford mistakes. So doing a safe route and playing without mistakes will always beat playing aggressively and making a mistake.
Yeah.
That's why all these players are, of course, going to have to compromise a little bit on their routes.
That actually reminds me, in 2020, Gobo actually played SA scoring for TWC, and he did a route with a safety life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that here though. Do you know what score Gabo got?
4.5-ish.
I mean, at the time,
Because
no one probably was at this skill level other than maybe Gobo to try gaining such high scores.
Well, Eeyore, but Eeyore prefers to stay in the shadows.
The boogeyman.
Yeah, unfortunately not much is known about Eeyore. I think even from what I've heard, even in the Chinese community, is pretty much unknown.
I mean, if I remember correctly, Eeyore straight up quit after getting this world record.
He played photo games for a while, unless that was someone else. And then someone impersonated him, and then he deleted everything.
So deleted after the impersonation. Okay.
I don't know if it was like shortly before or shortly after, but that is something that did happen. So someone tried to impersonate Eeyore with like fake elements, but that's technically discussing drama. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking about it.
Yeah, let's take a look at is KGR trying to kill it without going below Yuki? Because that is a strat. That's the world record strat. I don't think he does that even in his PP.
Oh, this is not the first time I've seen this happen.
Yeah, he was going for the kill, then he realized he didn't quite have enough damage. And that's why I think he had to bail out and go below it, but it didn't work out.
This is what we meant when we said getting enough damage on shackles if you're doing the top strat is extremely hard.
Yeah.
Just having... There's shackles, I swear... Is shackles the hardest strat? Let's say scoring.
No, come on. I was around 70% consistent on it, but I was using hint file.
Oh, 7. Okay, 7 is actually quite high.
Okay. Remember, there's still 25 minutes left on the clock, so KGR still has plenty of time to get another run in.
With that said, I was using hint file, and I think these players have decided to ban hint files for the match. If I'm not
Actually,
mistaken.
no, it's allowed. Just decide to not play.
Yeah, so it's quite a well-known feature that in Mountain of Faith you can add your own custom hints, and players use that all the time to just draw a big line where the POC is and maybe some occasional bomb hints or something. You can actually do that too on SA. And that was not so well known until recently. I think STI actually wrote a blog post explaining how you do it, which is where I learned it from. Looks like none of these 3 players are using that today though.
Basically, by default, we ban SA hint files. However, it's something that we can allow if the players decide to include them. Just this year, we actively tried to see if the players. We kind of gathered the opinions of every SA score runner and see what was the general consensus. And the Lunatic scoring, the players that were going to play in the Lunatic scoring category, which is this one, they all agreed pretty much. Just that apparently they couldn't be bothered to use them, I guess.
Interesting. And the reason it's a bit controversial is because the feature is built in and everything, but you actually have to change one of the bytes of a hex editor in order to see the feature.
I believe it classifies as memory modification. Maybe? I have no clue actually.
So it's a bit controversial, but I think nowadays a lot more players are starting to use it, and well, if that's how the community feels, then I think we should accept that.
Yeah, I personally totally agree, because effectively they are the exact same as Morth, so whatever in my opinion. Just that the big deal is just the memory modification thing. But you know, this is not the only controversial thing that TWC might do.
Okay, another stage 4 for Oringiri.
Yeah, now let's focus on stage 4.
So that's pretty good pace. Is that roughly 5 build pace?
I wasn't paying attention, but I doubt.
Okay, a bit below it, but it's very strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's on pace. I think it's on pace to compete with KGR's score at least.
Oh, at least it's supposed to compete, yeah. So this section is extremely precise because all of these blue stacked bullets are aimed. Oh, did they grade the spawn grace there?
I think.
Oh no.
Wait,
no, that's intended.
I think they still may still have gotten it.
Yeah, the suicide we saw there is intentional.
Yeah.
Now
although I think, was it STI or Oringiri in a stage 4 run that did that suicide during the laser section? So the suicide may have been early, it may not have been, but either way it doesn't really matter.
I'm fairly certain that suicide is fully intentional because that's the same suicide I was doing when playing.
Alright.
So it's definitely planned. Maybe it's not optimal, but it's a common suicide spot for sure. Now this section is actually quite important because you want to both graze and also kill all the fairies. Doing both of these at the same time is not easy. It's very easy to miss some blue fairies and lose point items. And at the same time, if you go for fairy kills, you might miss graze. Thankfully, Oringiri looks to be bombing a lot.
Very
more
clean.
than you might need.
Very
Very
clean
clean. I
section.
believe they got everything.
Yeah. At least I could not see any missed fairies.
Really clean, and then an early bomb on this. Okay.
Nice. 71. I wish my splits had Grace into Satori.
Oh no. Oh no, STI died on Parsi Final.
Yeah, that one's surprisingly annoying, especially with Mersa. I'm not sure if he's going for a timeout there. But yeah, if you're trying to grace that, it can kill you.
Everything is gonna be low powered DBDB. If I remember correctly, Satori drops a full power before going into DBDB.
Oringiri actually going for the grazing strat on Sakuri first on.
Yeah, that's definitely tryharding at this point, because every under grazing to stage 5 I believe is only worth like 1.7 million. So it's not a huge boost, but it's definitely what they might need if they want to beat Kamoneko.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely playing to win right now. He's seen KGR score and he knows what he needs to do, and he's trying his best to do it.
It's on a mission.
Man with a mission.
And I think that's also why he's opted to enter DB without the safety bomb.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So now he's going to try to capture that. Is that even 3 power? That's going to be 2 power, right?
No, it's 3. Second non drops power.
So it drops 0.7. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. It's a 3 power DPTP. And it's not,
So
it's
I
not
do
like,
believe this is a. I think 3 power is just. 3 power is a safety bomb, I believe, no?
Is it? I thought he used 1 extra bomb on the stage portion,
Yeah,
but I
see?
could be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, either way, that's good practice because you avoid the death, which means you avoid the game over, and you get a little bit of spawn grace. So you may as well. Really difficult spell.
Right, and he has those things.
If anything, they might. Okay, that's minus 80 million, I believe, just minus 80 million. The chance to beat Kamoneko is dead, so I don't see why they would continue this.
Yeah.
I believe the chance to beat is dead at this point.
He is continuing nevertheless. I mean, for what it's worth, Gobo died in stage 5 but still got 5 billion, but that was also during the stage section, so he actually only lost 1 life.
If you die in the stage section, it's only 40 million,
Yeah.
because you don't actually lose a life piece, you just lose the life. And at that point, the PIV is still extremely low, so there is no... Sorry, the base PIV is extremely low, so there is no big loss. And also remember that depending on where the stage 5 suicide is, it might actually be intentional, it might actually gain more. No, sorry, it wouldn't gain more, but it's not a flat loss. That's what I mean. It's not just a flat loss.
Yeah, I do wonder what Oringiri is gonna do to recover from this.
It was just 1,000 grace behind, so the grace is good. It's just that the score loss from that is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's minus 2 lives in the clear bonus.
Like, if this was their first run, I wouldn't be surprised, because obviously 80 million is not worth resetting over, but since it's their second credit, I'm surprised.
Yeah, especially with a 487 already on the board.
Well, importantly, there is 15 minutes left on the clock, and if they were to reset now, they would have 15 minutes to get off of stage 1 jail.
Yeah.
You really want as much time as possible to like reset stage 1 and stuff.
Yeah. But like,
can he still improve on the score? He actually might be able to, just because of how insane
not
that
anymore.
roll was.
Not anymore.
Oh, why did I say something?
I couldn't see how that could be an improvement. Although, wait, although it was 1,000 grays behind their PB, and their PB is like 5 billion, so maybe.
Yeah, it looked like it maybe had the potential to be high 4.8 still. Okay, very unfortunate. He's back in early game jail.
But 15 minutes into early game jail. If our players get a run going right now, it's going to be their last run. If they get a run going.
which I hope they do.
Was it 5 bill pace? Because from what I remember, his PP is just barely 5 bill, and he was a small bit behind his PP.
Again, like 1,000 grays behind, which is out of stage 4, a bit more than 10 million, probably 12, 13. 1,000 grays out of stage 4 should be that amount of score.
7777.
Dollar.
7777 on KGR screen right now. See it? 77779790. That was insane.
Dollar pace.
And KGR maybe looking to get another 43k out of stage 2, which is definitely 5 bill pace, if he can keep up with his current aggression. Okay, and is PB left with 43.0k?
Yeah.
So this is just a small bit behind his PB.
I've been good. And remember how much grace, like 100 grace, how much grace, and then 100 grace for grace, a bit more than like 1.5 million.
You're very muffled.
I am very muffled.
Okay,
You're good again, you're good.
Now it's fine.
Okay. If I wasn't heard, I said 7.5 million behind for Kamoneko at worst.
Dang.
No biggie.
Is there actually a possibility that somebody gets 5 bill into a World Cup?
It's
I'm gonna cream my pants if that happens.
same.
Just say.
Like, it exists. The possibility still exists.
Yeah, that's also how I feel. Like, this run could, in theory, get 5 bill, but very unlikely, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I haven't watched enough Kamoneko streams to have an idea of their consistency.
Fuck, I gotta watch more Kamoneko streams.
Because back when I actively watched the Kamoneko, they weren't too consistent, but like nowadays they look to be extremely consistent.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of TWC specific practice and getting runs finished. But even then, I don't think he's been getting that many 5 bills. Yeah, so like yesterday, he had a trial run where he was 5 bill, sure, but then he died on Orin, and I think he ended with 4.8 something bill, which is insane, but not quite 5 bill. Alright, let's see what he does here. Last time he tried to get the capture. Last time he tried to get the kill entirely above Yuki. Okay, he missed damage that way, so he's probably not going for the kill this time. Because you really can't afford to miss damage here. He's gonna probably go below Yuki towards the end.
He's going. No, he did stay longer than in the. He did stay longer up there than his first run though.
Oh, right! Fun fact! If you time down first spell, the spell cap goes negative. By a bit.
Oh yeah.
As a fun fact, if you see the spell cap be some cursed writings, it's because... I don't know why, it's the only spell cap that goes negative for whatever reason, for some kind of bug.
The only game in the series that takes away score from you. Kipo.
Oh, DDC can also do that with Sakia Atrix.
Yeah, fair.
In DDC, you can actually underflow the score and get 999,999,999 that way. I think in SA, I'm not sure if I'm remembering this right, but I think if you like hack to start on that spell card, you can also get an underflow. But it's not possible in an actual run.
Dang.
Oh, your score goes negative? Okay, my bad. Okay. No underflow in SA.
Okay, back to knockout in 3 steps. Yeah, see that iframe abuse? I always love to see it.
Yep.
Okay. Final wave.
Okay, that's... Let's see, I'll just wait for the score to... Because I don't actually remember... Okay, no, it's just... Alright. 286, 559...
Oh,
Okay,
that
it's a
is...
bit behind. It's like it's still 200 grays behind, I think. So it's still comfortably, very comfortable 5 billion pace still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's entered... it's gonna use... Is it 2 bombs on the intro here?
Yeah.
I think he's using a different stage 4 route from...
Oh.
That's he still wants to do the suicide, but that's like early, and he misses a bomb, I think.
Might be recoverable,
Yeah.
I guess it's recoverable.
It's bad, but it's not a run killer, I think.
Yeah.
I have no idea how much it loses. RB is saying it's an old route. Last time I read RB talk about an old route, they said the old route loses like 700 grays. Okay, RB, do you know if there is... Do you know the score losses? RB, as per usual, is the digital guy.
Grace game enjoyer.
Chat commentary, chat comms.
Yeah, originally not good enough internet for real comms.
Okay, they don't know. Those you know.
Okay, looks like a fairly clean stage 4 from KGR. Discount other than the first half.
Missing power. Okay, he's fine.
No,
But he has to do first non with 1 power, you know?
long as it's not below
now
0.75.
this is going to be a 2-power DBDB, and this is where I believe you would want the cap.
Yeah. So this is the aforementioned old route. Basically, you bomb in such a way that you have just barely enough power in the old route. If you've seen either Gobos or Eeyores runs, then yeah, this is basically what you would see.
So Reimu A has this weird bug with her shot, where at 2 power and 2 power only, one of the shots of one of the options doesn't deal damage. Did I get that right? So that means there's barely any difference between 1 power and 2 power Reimu A in terms of DPS.
Yeah, I heard this before, but I have no idea if that's actually true. Fairly certain it's true, I just don't know the details, if it's 2, 3 or whatever power.
Okay, and as much as I want to keep watching KGR, STI is also gonna hit stage 4 right now.
Oh,
with
finally.
Marissa B. This is what I really wanted to watch this TWC. Let's see that Marissa B stage 4.
Alright, using spread shots here. It's a nice amount of items.
I think there should be some really interesting strats, especially post mid boss, so
Yeah.
I don't want to miss that.
Something is already happening here. So, just a tiny spoiler. I believe Marissa B likes to prioritize just killing the enemies instead of getting the graze, because her shot is really good at doing that. Just killing enemies, and you know, you miss the graze, but you get some really good kills.
I mean, yeah.
AGR got the cap, nice.
Very good.
Oh, there is so much to watch.
Oh!
No!
That's very unfortunate.
No.
Is he gonna reset? He has time to reset, but will he be able to get another run?
Reset. Okay.
Okay, time for the post mid boss strats from STI. What's he gonna do here?
So, if I remember correctly, the idea... last time I watched this Marissa B, some players were trying to let at least one of these fairies spawn a wave to get some grace, but other than that, you will just do this. Kill
Yeah, this
everything.
strat is so funny. But yeah,
I believe this is even done in survival runs, just because it's very easy and comfortable to do.
So it's a little more optimal to have like every second big fairy shoot a packet of bullets, because you can actually spawn graze it. And you probably noticed there were 0 bullets on screen for SDI, which meant he got 0 graze. But nonetheless, that strat is amazing to watch.
Because like you can, if you let one fairy shoot, like maybe always, if you always let, for example, the left fairy shoot, since the green amulets are actually static, you can just learn how to graze without actually being at risk of dying. Oops.
Oh, actually bombing for the spawn grace. That's
Yeah,
funny.
insane.
Marissa does that. So, the Satori spells for Marissa B are actually... There is one in particular which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, Princess Undyne, which... Is it the first Satori spell?
It might be the first, if I remember correctly.
That one has basically some really weird streaming things where the shots are kind of aimed but also kind of not aimed, and god, it is insanely hard. Arguably the hardest spell for Marissa B if you're doing a survival run.
Yeah, the biggest issue is that you really want to tame it down in scoring because it gives a fuckload of graze.
I don't think we're gonna see a time down today. I think SVI is gonna go for a capture and just get it out of the
Let's
way
see,
as
because
fast as he
I
can.
remember they were practicing for it a lot, and they were getting like 1,500 brays. It's quite good. Let's see. Ah, it's not the first one. Okay, this is Mercury Poison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still patchy spells, which are notoriously scary.
I'm pretty sure every single spell from Satori is actually harder than the USD version.
Oh yeah, they are. Okay,
There we go.
Princess Sunline.
Please.
This is... You don't normally see this because on high diffs this is replaced by Berrien Lake. It's scary.
There we
shit,
go.
he's
Time
diving
down.
down.
Time down.
Oh my
Final
god.
run, by the way, guys. Final run. The Rainway players are in stage 2. Okay, this is
I am
hype.
clenched right now.
Clenched. Oh my.
I am pause fishing so hard. Yeah, that looked scary.
Actually, I'm not sure if that one was. Okay, I have no clue.
Philosopher's Stone is a thing. Also you can spawn raise the Grey Knives here. Something
Yeah, this
that
one is interesting in that like some of these bullets only approach you if you're at the bottom of the screen, and for some reason if you're in the middle of the screen it's actually there's not that many different bullets to look at. So
good cap.
he gets the cap.
Good cap.
He seems excited. He's doing circles.
Yeah. Finally entering stage 5 with Marisa B.
Okay,
I
the
think
Marisa B privileges do not stop at stage 4. Stage 5 has a lot of things she can air shot helps with.
And so it looks like KGR is doing an LNN attempt.
Wait, what?
Recently,
Oh, what?
so recently he tried as a challenge to do one LNN every day for a week, and he succeeded. So he is capable of getting an LNN on any random credit. It's going to take some luck, but it could happen.
Okay,
That's
okay.
funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It would be funny to like win in a different TWC match, just as a
Yeah.
bonus.
Just get his revenge from 2021. Here we go. No.
Oh.
This section is so hard to do with any shot, really.
Okay, what's he gonna do?
He can't reset. He has to keep playing.
Yeah.
At least it could be a lot worse, because at least it's somewhere on the stage, and at least the PIV wasn't that high yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, RB saying just 50 mil loss, which is, if that's right, that's not a huge amount.
Only 50 mil.
Ah, the items! Fuck!
Oh, that is such a classic mistake.
Yeah.
I play low diffs a lot, and that's one section where I lost items way more than I really should. Okay, that actually means the run got a bit scarier for STI, because he's back to having no spare lives. And it's going to be that way until some point at Orin, I guess. Or will he get life heal? No, he gets life heal.
Going for a cap. Yeah, no.
Nope.
I mean, it's pretty normal to bomb this spell. Timing out popcorn also. At least a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite safe.
I think that's roughly also how he played on this PB.
GG Oringiri.
Oh, Oringiri, we missed it.
Yeah, SCI streaming up the right, up the left side. You can do that with Marissa B because of her weird spread shots.
Dude, by this point, by the time STI finishes, we will be commenting on SALNN.
Yeah. That's true.
Would be cool, yeah.
GG to Oringiri. I mean, compared to 2021, where they ran, I believe, barely got 4 billion, what can you say? It's an incredible performance for them. It's an incredible performance for everyone today.
I'd say it's been an incredible year for SA, and it's amazing that we're even able to have this match, and not just have it, but have it with 3 players at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
why is there one fairy who's just dead down there? Look at that. There's one fairy who's just dead.
Overall, it's been a really incredible year so far. Just so many amazing runs, so many amazing players.
Yo, TSG, can we expect you to play PCB next year?
Okay, so STI is gonna be doing this non-spell, and with Mercer B, it's not possible to get all items unless you add some suicides. So if you see a death here, it's intended. Yeah, it looks like he's doing it.
Yeah.
But that puts him back to 0 spare lives because of that accidental death, which is again a little scary, especially with Warren's penultimate still coming up. That one is pretty creepy with Mercer hitbox.
Is KGR still element pace?
Maybe. I don't remember lives count per se.
And look at its PIV, it doesn't look like it was ever reset.
Oh right, you can just look at Perry, correct. Oh.
That was a good death bomb. What is this about? I don't like that.
Please 1cc, please 1cc.
Please see.
Please see. Yeah, you get a lot of grace for spawn gracing these the ghost wheels. Because they all like spawn all bunched up and you get a fuckload of grace when they spawn. And you can
Ghost wheels. This spell is honestly terrifying with Marissa.
It's terrifying with everyone, but Marissa has the fat box. And then that spell just dies instantly.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice. Okay, should be a clear. At this point I'm feeling a lot more confident that he'll clear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marissa B can just bomb it because Rainbow A, I believe, would want more power going into stage 6, but Marissa B can handle just 1.9 entry.
Yeah, Rainbow A pretty much needs a lot of power to kill the mid boss quickly. Marissa B can just plant a bomb down.
Now, more in Marissa B privilege, this section is quite easy with her. Oh! I don't remember Marissa B doing this.
This is new.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting route. I guess he's trying no restream strats.
This is exactly the kind of innovation I expect from STI. How much is that worth?
It doesn't gain anything. It's just swag to not do any restreams.
In a run, I think.
Okay, to the privilege.
I think you don't yet max out PIV even in world record run at that point. So maybe it technically
world record
gains
maxes
something.
out into Utsu, I believe, into Oku.
So technically, it might be possible to gain like a few 10,000s if you optimize Grace there.
10,000s?
It's not going to be much. Like it's going to be just a few Grace for a few.
Oh there, he's.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He kind of fucked up. He kind of lost track of which shot he was on there.
I mean, isn't this a good pace?
It's hard to tell.
It's a good pace, isn't it?
Yeah, he can match
like
his
4.4?
he can at least match his PB.
4.2. Then
Yeah.
is the grace that's relevant here?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, on his PB run, he entered stage 6
Oh wait,
with
never mind.
83.6.
There are a lot of lives missing. Never mind. I thought they had way more lives. Never mind.
Like his KGR series is still LNM.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Nice.
Okay, he's pausing to watch STI.
And it's a final run, so you might as well waste some time milking these non-spells.
Yeah.
Juicy 5 million.
Hey, 5 million is still 5 million.
Yeah, and 2 minutes of my life is 2 minutes of my life. It's probably more. I say this, but I timed them down in my score run.
Okay, and he uses 2 bombs here. Maybe he might still use a bomb on Petal Flare? I'm not too sure.
I don't know, man. The Grace is high. It's not like that far off from the Grace max, so I think a 4.3 is possible. Because it's 3 lives.
What's
220.
KGR doing?
I don't know. Maybe they are actually watching ST?
Maybe just calming down.
Maybe he's watching the stream right now. Hi
Who knows?
KGR.
Yo,
Hi KGR.
omedeto. When in doubt. Oh, we
Okay, yeah,
don't
just
like
instant
we don't
bombs
like
here.
all. What is it?
Instant bombs twice. Nice.
Kamoneko-san kawaii, wakaru.
But if you use 4 bombs on Oku, is it still good? Yeah, because I guess the last or penultimate spell drops a full power.
Yeah.
Or like 2 power or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. As long as you get this much power into turn on, you're fine. And even then, you will lose just like 6 million.
Actually, do you think KGR is like TWCing?
Oh.
Touhou water closet?
You know, if they were doing that, I believe they might leave a funny message. No, if you have to do Touhou World Cup live, you might as well Sorry, TWC Live, you want to make it fun, you point it out.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
Zetsu
back.
style.
I don't think I would want to point that out. Alright, he's playing again.
Now, what of players have done that? Pointing out TWC. Opens paint, writes TWC, goes FK for a few minutes.
No, STI didn't actually have any unintended deaths on spells, right? So I think he just lost one life, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, apparently Kaoneko killed the non early.
He's going for Cat's Walk.
Yeah, okay. Survival check.
Well, that's scary. Nice popcorn timeout. Oh my god, there's two good runs on screen, but one of them's the wrong category.
Yeah, looks like STI is getting his first
straight
life.
popcorn.
No! No!
In the meantime, STI on Talking
That's gonna be it for KGR.
Lucky.
Well played, sir. Well played, sir.
I'm fairly certain this is like the STI's PB right there is actually their PB, so I think this is definitely PB pace right now. 4.3 should be
Possible.
Hold on, just one spell left. It's not a disaster if he needs to bomb, but he really doesn't want to die.
And that is PB dies. A bomb only loses like 10. Come on, please do it.
Yeah. Let's hope for a cap. 4-3-1 pace.
Oh god.
Nice run.
Nice.
Nice run.
Nice, GG.
Yeah, 4-3-1.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
GG on TWC, let's go.
Congratulations. Well played. Well played, sir.
Are we going to see the shit talk again? Or is it gonna get cut out?
They got cut out.
What a match!
Yeah. Fucking a 4.9 closely followed by a 4.8 very early on. That's extremely strong. Really well played from both KGR and Oringiri and of course STI.
Yeah, just huge congrats. All of them played in like, can't speak, too hyped.
Yeah, great runs from all.
Amazing play.
And congrats to KGR for winning with that incredible 4.9 bill run.
Yep.
We even had the 5 billion pace.
STI watching credits, of course. Question.
Oh, the STI must be happy.
Yeah.
2 PB on TWC.
Yeah. You would be hard pressed to find a player who wouldn't be happy about that.
Wow.
There we have the final standings.
Oh yeah. In third place, STI, 25.6 points. with a Marissa B 4.316 billion. In second place, Oringiri, 56.2 points, which is a Remo A 4.87 run. Extremely strong, but it's not enough to beat first place, which is with a whopping 78.6 points,
This is big,
with
big, big.
a 4.96. Extremely strong.
Congratulations to all.
Yeah, huge congratulations. You really showed off what you can do here.
So look at Kisame in the drawing. She's fucking dying.
Let me just.
Wi-Fi joke.
She's fucking dying.
Maybe that's how you escape the 16 kilobyte per second internet.
Yeah, maybe you get 32 kbps from this.
I mean, what's on the chopping block next week?
We'll see it soon.
There you go.
Here it is.
What's the chopping block? Ooh.
Yeah, we have first of all we have GFW Lunatic No Bomb, and we might still be doing gold medal rules, but I'm not quite sure about that. In either case, after that we have the return of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil extra scoring with some familiar players, but one seemingly new face. I haven't seen that person before, and this time I'm not actually joking. I don't know who SWH is. Well, either way, that's Saturday. On Sunday we have the rematch, Dagoth versus Skill for Great Fairy Wars Lunatic scoring. All three matches should be quite exciting. So yeah, definitely be here for those, or else. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. And do we have any raid targets on hand?
Let's check.
I didn't see anything in chat.
Alright.
Unless you wait for me to start streaming.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else to say?
No, I've already said everything I wanted. This match was a fucking bomb.
Yeah, this was an incredible match. Thank you for all the players and thanks for watching.
Yeah. Once again, huge congratulations for the extremely strong performance, and you know, we'll be here next weekend with more matches, so just wait for them and make sure to watch them, or else. And you know, with that, I will see you